Thank you for watching. Boys on Film are back with another TV stroke movie update. Movies this time, because Raj is here.
Yes, hey Phil. It is Oscar season.
Everything is Oscar crazy at the moment, isn't it?
I get really excited around the Oscars.
In anticipation.
Season. Yeah, I love the whole process of, you know, what will get nominated. I watched the live nominations, which are streamed on YouTube a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I can't wait to see the actual ceremony. A lot of ways too, I get really upset when my favorite movies don't win, but that feeling of, like, you know, tremendous joy you get when a movie you love actually wins.
Yeah,
it's like amazing.
It's well deserved.
Let's play a game. I'll read you the Oscar nominations. Yeah. We'll have a discussion.
Okay.
And we'll do the main categories, which is Best Picture, Best Actor, Actress, and Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress.
And then I get to choose who I think is a deserved winner.
Yeah, so
I like that game.
Yeah, we can have a discussion around it.
Yeah, okay.
So for Best Picture this year, it is Call Me By Your Name. Yay!
I've got a funny feeling I know which one you'll be rooting for.
Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. We've seen a lot of those films.
There's a really strong, well, no, there's a few really strong contenders, I think, on there.
So I actually haven't seen Darkest Hour yet. I haven't seen Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen The Post.
Obviously, we saw Shape of Water.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that down for Best Picture, although obviously it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? The styling of it, I think, and the acting is great too. So I think it ticks the boxes. But for me, three Billboards, I think, is the one.
Really?
Just because it just had me captivated.
Well, obviously, I won't Call Me By Your Name to win. I don't think it's going to. But 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, I think is going to win.
Yeah, it's been a controversial one as well. A lot of people wouldn't give it the thumbs up for so many reasons, but obviously it's been in the press a lot recently.
Yeah, but I think the Academy are going to really just go hog wild on this film and shower it with all these accolades, and I think it's definitely got a chance for winning. Can we just talk about Get Out being nominated for Best Picture?
I was just thinking of that, because that is a really strange one, isn't it? Because I think in horror terms, I think it's a really successful movie, and I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a 5-star one for me, but I think there are better movies, and I think it does borrow other ideas.
I was really surprised that it made the Best Picture list. Not that it's not deserving, and you know, horror films very rarely get put into this category, but it's kind of like the little movie that could this year. So,
but it is the Stepford Wives, isn't it? It's a retread.
A little bit, I think so.
I think it's a bit unfair.
I never really thought of that too much until you told me that recently. So interesting.
Not that I think it's a bad movie by any means, because I really loved it, and I thought it was a game changer for horror too, because a lot of horror films have been torture porn, like we've discussed before. That's not our thing with horror. Yeah. So I think it's refreshing.
I mean, this is might sound a little controversial, you know, because it's the only female-directed movie that's in the list. But Lady Bird, I wasn't a terrible fan of it. I've not
seen it, but I love Saoirse Ronan though.
I don't see the appeal that it has for Best Picture. It's just kind of, it's one of those indie cute darling films that you watch, and it's about kind of like a, you know, just a quirky girl who thinks the world revolves around her, and that's pretty much the movie.
See, that sounds like my kind of movie. I can't wait to see this.
There are a few times in the movie I just want to be like, snap out of it. I don't know, but it is the only movie in the list that's directed by a female.
There should be more. Why aren't there more? It's crazy, isn't it?
And Wonder Woman got snubbed in every which way. But
that's surprising, though, isn't it? Do you think it's because it is an action, a superhero movie?
Well, all the technical awards, pretty much those are the categories for comic book movies, you know, and even got snubbed in all of those to movies like Blade Runner 2049 and Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which is absolutely terrible in my opinion.
Because they're niche movies, I guess. They get overlooked.
Yeah.
But I think Wonder Woman, I think, again, it was like Get Out. I think it was a game changer, wasn't it, for superhero movies? People actually thought it was quite intelligent. I'm not saying that other superhero movies haven't been, but I think it just made people think more.
But it was one of the biggest movies of the year, directed by a female.
It brought the people into the cinemas, didn't it?
And it just totally got overlooked and snubbed. I'm a little upset about that.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I didn't love it as much as you did, but I can understand your reasons.
I mean, Wonder Woman, Get Out. Yeah. Which would you want to watch again?
He's not bitter.
No. So, best lead actor this year is Timothée Chalamet for Call Me By Your Name. Okay. Daniel Day-Lewis for Phantom Thread.
Yeah, he is amazing.
I have not seen that, but Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. And Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire.
Okay.
It's a very old school boys club versus new rising actors with Timothée Chalamet and
I think it's going to be Daniel though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it will be him. He's getting a lot of good press, and I think it's one of his strongest films, isn't it, in his career? And he's been doing it, what, 40,
I mean, going up against, Daniel Day-Lewis, Gary Oldman, and Denzel Washington, those are some pretty...
Yeah, that's heavyweight, isn't it?
Senior actors there, very seasoned, but... I would love to see Timothée Chalamet win it. I would too. That would make me cry.
Because I did think he was superb in that movie. Yeah. I think he was definitely the strongest link there.
I mean, come on, anyone, that crying scene at the end, anyone who could do that. Seriously. Yeah. Best lead actress. You're going to be really happy about this. Sally Hawkins.
Yeah.
Sally Hawkins with The Shape of Water. Frances McDormand with 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Margot Robbie for I, Tonya. Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and Meryl Streep for The Post.
Oh, that's
a tough list.
That is all my favourite actors. Seriously, my favourite female actors.
Tough list this year.
Frances McDormand, without a doubt, I think she nailed that performance. But the others are so good.
I know you want Sally Hawkins to win.
Sally Hawkins, I love her. Not necessarily in that movie. As much as I love that movie, I think she has been. No, I wouldn't say she's been better in other films, but I've preferred her in other films as an actor.
Yeah, Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan, again, very new girls on the block versus the very seasoned actresses, like going up against Meryl Streep. I mean, who would think that they could win against Meryl Streep for anything?
But now I've seen I, Tonya. I've not really seen many of her movies before, and she was superb in that. So I think I would be happy with anyone winning in that category.
I am actually, although I think Frances McDormand's going to win because 3 Billboards has been winning everything, but I would like to see Sally Hawkins win. Again,
she's somebody who's getting acclaim, especially in America.
And it's nice to see when she's nominated for things and the camera pans to her and she just looks so like...
Yeah, humble.
Humble and like, oh my God, this is really me. Like, and you just want someone like that to win.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, Sally Hawkins. No, because I do let you know I love her anyway, so it would be great to see her win for that reason, I think.
Best Supporting Actor, William Dafoe for The Florida Project. Woody Harrelson for 3 Billboards, Richard Jenkins with The Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer with All the Money in the World, which I haven't seen. Have you seen that?
No, but he's from Sound of Music, isn't he?
Yeah, and Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards. So 3 Billboards getting two
really
nods
strong
in this category.
It's a strong list.
Yeah.
See, Willem Dafoe I thought was great in The Florida Project.
I mean, he carried that movie for being a supporting actor. He carried that movie for me.
And he showed another side to his acting too, because I've seen him in other films where he plays darker characters.
Yeah.
Like Antichrist. He's, it's a completely different character to the character that he plays in Florida Project. So I think he's really diverse as an actor.
Yeah, totally.
But the other actors, I mean, again, you've got Christopher Plummer, who goes way back. I mean, he's one of the heavyweights again, isn't he? It's a really tough one.
So I think he was the actor that replaced Kevin Spacey in that movie too. So
he stepped in at short notice.
Kevin Spacey must be pissed.
Yeah, I bet. Oh well, shame.
There's no redemption for his character for me, for Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
I would like to see him win because he is an indie film star and has been doing this shit for years and play some really fantastic roles. I would kind of like to see him win for that reason.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm not just saying that because I said that last time, but I saw another side to his character as well, and I think for an actor to start off with a character where you really hate them at the beginning of the movie and at the end you actually quite like them and you've quite warmed to them, I think that's quite a tough job, I think, for an actor to do that convincingly.
This is an interesting category. Mary J. Blige for Mudbound, which I haven't seen yet. Allison Janney for I, Tonya. Leslie Manville for Phantom Thread, which I haven't seen yet either. Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer for The Shape of Water.
I love Octavia Spencer.
Well, who doesn't, really?
Hey, it's a comedy role, so maybe she wouldn't get it for that reason, because is comedy overlooked just like superhero movies are overlooked?
I don't think she has a chance of winning it, actually, but nice that she was nominated and recognized it for. I mean, she's already won tons of awards. I believe she won an Oscar already too. Mary J. Blige in Mudbound, I mean, she's a music legend. I haven't seen this movie yet. And surprisingly, I think they changed the rules this year to allow movies that are on streaming services to be nominated. I think they might have changed the rules this year. I don't know, but there was a big controversy whether she is going to get nominated or not because of the rules that it takes to be nominated for an Oscar. But glad to see her in the list. We were just talking about Allison Janney not too long ago. Very deserving.
Yeah.
And Laurie Metcalf, who kind of plays a very similar character in Lady Bird, I think it's very deserving as well. So I don't really know where to put it.
It's another tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of would love to see Laurie Metcalf win because as a fan of the TV show Roseanne growing up, and she was on that show, and then she's played a lot of indie roles as well. She was even in Desperately Seeking Susan back in the day. So I would kind
of... For that reason alone. Just do it.
Let's give her an Oscar. I mean, like Sam Rockwell, she's been doing this shit for years.
Yeah.
You know, and Allison Janney was great in I, Tonya, but she is, you know, she is another actress who's been heavily accoladed in the past. That's why I kind of like to see Laurie Metcalf. So we're surprised we're going to sneak in one more because I think Phil has some good views on this. So Best Director is Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Get Out by Jordan Peele. Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, there's some great ones there.
It's very kind of mixed bag, though.
It really is. I think it would be Greta, though. Greta Gerwig, I think, especially starting off in indie movies. I mean, obviously still doing the indie movies with Lady Bird, but I think she's a name that you always see popping up. And I think because she's a female director, I think that's even more important as well. I don't think they'll just deliberately choose her because you know, because she's a woman, but I think it would be really great for her to win.
I think she has a really good chance at winning this year, if not for, you know, directing a great movie, but, you know, it's kind of a very hot political topic right now, sort of more women directors and being involved in Hollywood, that sort of thing. So I think politically there stands a good chance that she might win it. But I would love to see Guillermo del Toro take home the Oscar. I mean, I think he's very deserving. What he does is so different and unique to what everyone else does. And he has his own vision. He is, you know, he knows what he wants to execute, and it's just done so beautifully. You know, when you compare that to a film like Lady Bird, it's really apples and oranges.
And I think for probably the first time in his career, he's produced a movie that appeals to so many different people. Yeah. Because it's more like an adventure movie than a horror stroke drama, isn't it? Because he's done a lot of very serious movies before, and this one is more light-hearted.
It's a very sort of romantic fantasy.
Yeah.
So
and a thought-provoking movie too, because it really does make you think about what is love. And again, that's another hot topic for equality.
Yeah. And then Jordan Peele for Get Out. Although I thought it was a very well done movie, I didn't really notice the technically how good, you know, it was to direct, or just kind of very standard in that regard. Not saying it's a great movie, it's a great movie, but I'm sure going up against a movie like Dunkirk...
I think you might be surprised by Dunkirk, though, because it was a fantastic film, and it really got the heart racing, thanks to Hans Zimmer's score. It was just intense.
You know, I love those, you know, I love Christopher Nolan as a director, I love Hans Zimmer as a composer. I mean, obviously they're both very involved in the superhero genre, which I love, but I just don't like stories about war. I just find it...
But it's not a conventional story about war. I think you'd like it, actually. I think you should give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Another tip. Tip for the top.
Well, it is nominated for Best Director, so I will check it out before
probably, like, if he wins it, which I think he will.
You think he will?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see Greta win, but...
It's probably going to win something. Yeah. So we joke
Best
about...
Picture, maybe.
We joked about this before. Oh, yeah, Dunkirk is going to get it. You know, it probably will.
Let us know what you think and who you think is going to win. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time.